Hi guys, Martin from Belief. It is about 8 p.m. on the 1st of March 2026. 1st of March, can you believe how quick the year has gone already? I'm going to just update you on a few things. This is primarily for clients rather than anybody else. This will be followed later on tonight with a few screenshots of a few tools and updates we've applied to Yabba and your website and so on. Now, first thing, one website left, just one. Getting quick. I'm not heavily promoting it. Quite frankly, if brokers aren't prepared to invest in their business, I'm not going to invest my effort into promoting the product when it objectively improves upon your performance and delivers exceptional Facebook experiences for your customers. So if you are interested, give me a call or text me on 0400 777 300. Call me at any time. We have decided on two pricing structures for the website. The minimum pricing structure will be about $5,700 after this promotional period. At the moment it's about $3,000. So $5,700 for an entry-level product, doesn't include all the bells and whistles, and then there's effectively a bespoke product which is a little bit more pricey. And includes our funnel efforts. Up until now, in our entire history, we haven't charged for a single ad. We introduced Facebook ads to Australia, and for mortgage brokers, we've charged others, particularly in the e-commerce retail space and so on, and the aviation sector where we do an enormous amount of work. But we've never actually charged mortgage brokers for ads. Now, at the moment, right now, a snapshot on the 1st of March 2026, we only have about 210 brokers doing Facebook ads, I think, or 220 or so. Their stats are really interesting because the minimum amount that's been spent is $20 a day. Those guys that are spending $20 a day are still getting at least a lead or two and perhaps a conversion. It's a small amount to pay to keep your business churning over and keep that pipeline consistent. But I've had this conversation 5 times today already, so I'll have it again. Facebook is essentially the sellies no more gaps of the digital world. You use it to meet performance metrics and KPIs and so on. So if you aren't going to meet specific targets, you wind up the Facebook ads and so on to meet those. So you've got a very, very predictable growth trajectory. And that's how we tend to use it. As of today, we now have I think 6 or 7 brokers, I'll confirm it in the comments if I can remember, are spending over $20,000 a day in ads. These are all the leading brokerages in the business. It takes a long time to scale to that level. There's a couple doing over $30,000 a day, and there's one franchise group that's looking at increasing to $50,000 a day by April. On top of that, look, the leads at the moment, refinance leads are coming through. This week is particularly good, about $4, and conversions are about $15 at the moment. The conversions in the refinance realm aren't fantastic, but it's still you're still getting better conversion costs than anyone else, so it's difficult to complain. One thing, it's illegal to outsource the telephone calls. Right, I've had a couple of people have others call clients and run a brief fact find, or at least a discovery, on their behalf. That is illegal when paired up against, or at least weighted up against, the legislation. So be really mindful of that. An accredited broker has to make that first call, particularly when that's a promise made in the ad. So a lot of digital companies, by the way, do that, and one of them in particular copped a massive fine. They couldn't pay, they went under. So that's that. Now, second thing, the third thing's important, but the second thing is we have revised our rescue package as well, and that's the $100,000 cashback on the basis of tripling conversions. We've now changed it a little, so for people like the Jess P's and the Sam P's, I don't know them from a bar of soap. I just know their work as we inherit their people, and the broker grows in the biz leads and the marketing transformers and so on. It's now 5 times, so we 5 times your conversions or give you $100,000. There's a 3-time tier as well, and I don't know the businesses that have been given to me on that because Domenico prepared the list and ran the analytics. It's something called Sun Bear, or there's about 4 or 5. I honestly don't remember, guys, but we just triple those. We haven't got enough data and haven't inherited enough people to make a a decision beyond 3 times, but even 3 times is good. The condition is, with these conversions, with these facilities, by the way, the condition is that we have our website in place, even if it's in place temporarily while we run the program, because we're not going to deal with mediocrity. We're not going to deal with a website product that doesn't support your Facebook funnel or a funnel in general. We're not going to support forms that don't work. So we need our technology in place, particularly if we're putting 100K on the line. Now, the third thing, in I think December last year, we talked about the Nexus upgrade to our email marketing module. Fully integrated with Microsoft 365, it always has been. Well, since 2015 it has been. Prior to that, the Microsoft Graph API wasn't freely available for us. But we integrated in 2015 as, again, on version 1 as one of the beta customers. We've used it ever since with the entire suite of Microsoft tools. It's worked tremendously well, right? Tremendously well. We've sent millions and millions of emails. Now, in the olden days, we used to have Yabba contacts, right? There was a really good reason for that, and that is the old version of Outlook supported folders. They didn't have categories, and you could only include one folder or one contact in one folder. With the categories in the the cloud-based whatever they call it, MS365, the new revised product, categories allow you to assign a single contact to multiple categories. We've turned the categories into lists. That is the new email marketing system. I'd like to flick the switch tomorrow or the day after. We've got a couple of sites to review with Andrew, Melbourne, just so you know, guys, and Damon, who's overseas somewhere at the moment. They're 2 guys we need to do a review ASAP. And once that's done, I'm going to work at migrating the Nexus product. The new Nexus product is super simple to use. It is the simplest system in the world to use from an email marketing perspective, and it works tremendously well. We've tested it now with only 300 or 400,000 emails or something, so only a couple of businesses have engaged in the process, but it has worked amazingly well. The statistics returned are fantastic. It's very, very easy to create autoresponders and things. We've managed the stack there because the previous system was designed to be automated, and we built the module on top so guys could build their sequences and stuff. So it was a little bit awkward. Now it's just assigning emails and dragging and dropping them into place, and assigning a time interval which those will send, and that applies to SMS as well. But the big ticket thing, guys, I want you to understand this, is your contacts from your email marketing system and your SMS marketing system are now managed from within Outlook. You can manage them within Yabba, but now you just assign a category to those contacts in Outlook and they become email marketing lists. I'm going to create a couple of videos so you can see how they work, but it supports your broad marketing agenda in amazing ways, right? It is just the most it's a really tight integrated solution. It always has been, once again, but it's just tightened up all over again, and particularly with a couple of modifications we've made that introduces new functionality. You're going to be able to use this system in ways that previously were not possible, and I will detail those in the future. But again, the big ticket thing is your contacts should always be, and we have always advocated for, a single source of contacts. Even when we had Yabba contacts, we would still sync them with your CRM because we didn't want to know about your contacts. You already have CRM contacts. You've probably got 3 or 4 pieces of software with contacts, and they're all trying to sync to each other. The only single source of contacts that you probably use every day, well, with the exception of your CRM, is Microsoft Outlook. That's where you live your life. You live your life in Microsoft Outlook. So it just stands to reason that you would actually use it as not a quasi CRM, but certainly your email marketing and SMS management tool. So it's really, really good. Tests have been fantastic. I'll put a few screenshots up in a couple of Facebook groups tonight, certainly our managed group. We've got a discussion tonight at 11 p.m. I didn't choose that time, but 11 p.m. and we'll run through those final changes before we push everything out to all the other general Yabba and website brokers. So that's, I think I've covered kind of everything. Again, this Nexus tool was the big ticket tool I wanted to talk about. Certainly I've had a ton of phone calls from guys that have dealt with a couple of coaches that are pushing Facebook programs. That's why we're able, on the basis of inheriting, half a dozen people that have dealt with these really low performing guys. Again, I don't want to go into it because I just hate when people engage in supporting paid promotion for brokers when they don't know what they're doing, and they're introducing a technical debt and a poor solution and a really high conversion cost and a low quality lead, and they talk fluff and generic blurb in their ads, and they're not actually achieving the results that they think are consistent with the experienced guys floating around the industry. For every one person on our rescue list, there's probably 1,000 that are not. There are some really good agencies in this country, and I see them every day and deal with them every day. So we only stick the worst. So I think it speaks volumes when we put someone on a rescue package and we're able to offer 100,000K guarantee with that triple return. What I would like them to do ideally is come to us and ask us for assistance. What am I doing wrong? How can I improve upon my experience? Because I would happily give them the answer. Broker Grow, like I've been giving him grief for over 12 months because he, stole our name, and 90% of his ads at one point either didn't work. 100% of them still aren't compliant to this very day, aren't compliant. So I've given him a little bit of grief, but to this day, we can multiply his results by 300% in about 3 hours. The time it takes for those changes to apply within the Facebook setting. People don't know what they don't know. I'm not saying we're immune to Dunning-Kruger. Dunning-Kruger, of course, is when the objective reality outweighs the one's subjective opinion. I think at least we engage in the pursuit of constant professional development and seek to sort of improve upon our experience every day. And we never default to generic. We always do things differently. The opposite of extraordinary, guys, is what everyone else is doing, and what everyone else is doing is shit. Give me a call, 0400 777 300. Check this out. That's got to be against the law, right? Bozo. My father-in-law decided to light a fire. See you guys. Bye-bye.